Dear Chartered Accountants, working professionals, and students in the domains of Indian auditing, accounting, and the tax and regulatory space, welcome to podcast of FCA Deepak Rao, a practicing Chartered Accountant. Daily news and updates for 30th September 2023. The Income Tax 22nd Amendment Rules 2023 were notified by the Central Board of Direct Taxes on September 27, 2023. These rules insert a new Rule 14A in the Income Tax Rules 1962. Rule 14A prescribes the forms in which the report of the audit of the accounts of an assessee and the report of the inventory valuation of an assessee are to be furnished under Clause 1 of subsection 2A of Section 142 of the Income Tax Act 1961. It also notified Form number 6D for inventory valuation report under Clause 2 of Section 142 subsection 2A of the Income Tax Act 1961. Form 6D is to be furnished by a cost accountant in the prescribed format to the assessing officer if the assessing officer has directed the assessee to have their inventory valued by a cost accountant under Clause 2 of Section 142 subsection 2A. The inventory valuation report should contain the following information. Number 1. The name and address of the assessee. Number 2. The period for which the inventory is valued. Number 3. The basis of valuation of the inventory. Number 4. The value of the inventory at the beginning and end of the period. And number 5. Any other information that the cost accountant considers relevant. The inventory valuation report must be furnished to the assessing officer within the time specified by the assessing officer. Sony Group Corp on Friday said there would be a delay of several months in the merger of its local media unit, Sony Pictures Networks India, with Zee Entertainment Enterprises, while adding that both parties would pursue the processes necessary to close the deal that aims to create one of the biggest media companies in Asia's third largest economy. Legal procedures may be the primary reason for the delay. The Tokyo-based conglomerate, which is Japan's fourth biggest company by market value, didn't give specific reasons behind the delay in closing the transaction. Sony had earlier said it anticipated the merger to be concluded by September this year. The GST authorities across the country have sent out several thousands of notices claiming shortfalls in payment of tax for financial year 2018. The deadline to issue notices is September 30th, and the taxpayers have been given 30 days to respond to these automated notices. These notices largely pertain to mismatches in GST output and liability, input tax credit, ineligible tax credit claims, and reversal of credit in case of exempt supplies. Vedanta, an Indian metals to oils conglomerate, has announced plans to demerge its business units into independent companies in order to unlock value and attract investments. The proposed entities include Vedanta Aluminium, Vedanta Oil and Gas, Vedanta Power, Vedanta Steel and Ferrous Metals, Vedanta Base Metals, and Vedanta Limited. Rising crude oil prices could impact inflation as well as the fiscal and current accounts deficit and could be highlighted as a challenge in the upcoming monetary policy review of the Reserve Bank of India. Even though oil prices remain partially regulated in the domestic market, India is a net importer of oil and economists expect it to lead to stoke inflation, and this could ensure that the RBI maintains status quo on the key interest rates. The bi-monthly policy review by the Monetary Policy Committee is scheduled to take place from October 4th to October 6th. This podcast is sponsored by Sound of CA. We share because we care. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.